Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society, as conscientious objectors, we burn our draft cards in protest of Bowser's unjust occupation of the Mushroom Kingdom. You've upset the people, now get out of town! So the Nintendo Cartridge Society gets out of town with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers, and I'm joined as I am always joined by my co-host, Mark Mitchell. Mark, how's it going?
It's going great. We are in week 2 of Splatoon Month.
I know. I got to tell you, I have not slowed down on my playing of Splatoon Raiders.
Oh, that's great.
You know, I was very much like, when I get on the other side of this, then I'll have time to play other games. Mark, not so. I am not on the other side of it. It's turns out the end game is just fun. The grind is just enjoyable.
So when we talked on Tuesday, you were at like level 50 plus 4. Would you say you're still? Because I'm assuming like the leveling slows down.
It slows
a bunch.
way down. Yeah. So I believe I'm like 50 plus 6 right now.
Are you doing super spicy raids? Are you jumping in to help other people? What are you occupying your time with?
I'm kind of just like I did when I was playing my way through the main game. It's sort of like sampling a little bit of everything. You do a super spicy raid here. You do some of the little bit spoilers for the end game of Splatoon Raiders here, but some of the floors below the final boss character. So doing some of that, jumping in to help people, of course, here and there, occasionally calling for help. But I mean, there are some of those super spicy areas that claim to be level 80. That's so high.
I can't even imagine.
High.
what that looks like.
But
Have
again,
you ventured into them to find out?
Yeah, and then I just get stomped right away. So it's it's not quite as fun to just lose right away. But yeah, I'm doing all the swapping of skills and building loadouts that are part gadgets from one tank and gadgets from another. It's all wonderful fun, and I never want to stop playing it.
Yeah, that sounds great. And of course, because it's Splatoon Month, we are wearing our lab coats.
Yes.
We haven't taken them off since the beginning of Splatoon Month.
No, and we're both also wearing dark sunglasses.
Yeah, that's right.
And making the number 2 out of our bodies.
Constantly.
No one gets it, but that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That was a live event.
I miss it. I wish.
I
hope when Splatoon 4 comes out, they're finding ways to contort their body into a 4.
Hey man, we're coming up on into a 4. I guess a 4 is not that bad,
You're
right?
It's actually, it's basically the Y in YMCA.
Yeah, that's true. Just like
move
a
your arms
little
a little
lopsided. Yeah. If people want to hear us talk about YMCA and other things, they can head on over to patreon.com/Nintendo Cartridge Society, where if you're supporting us at the 8-bit or 16-bit levels, you get access to our once-a-month episodes of miniseries like NCS at the Movies.
Yes, where Patrick, myself, and usually a special guest are going to the movies and then talking about that movie.
We're going to these movies.
We released an episode about Spider-Man, Brand New Day. We released an episode about The Odyssey. We released an episode about Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day. Plus so many more.
Yes.
We're in the 2nd season of NCS at the Movies.
Okay, so you just identified Disclosure Day as Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
And that might be how it appears on like some posters or something. But I encountered the strangest film credit I think I've ever seen in my life for the film The Usual Suspects. You know the film The Usual Suspects?
Yeah,
directed by Bryan Singer. His credit on there is, so the title comes up, and then the next credit that comes up is Bryan Singer's film.
That is unusual.
It's not Bryan Singer's The Usual Suspects.
It's not a film by.
It's not a film by or a Bryan Singer joint. It is Bryan Singer's film.
Huh, do you think...
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, so I don't know for sure, but I think like some of them have, like some of the language is really specific based on, like, I think
yeah,
a film by can only be true if it's written and directed
Probably
by the
written.
same person.
I would actually guess just directed and produced. But I think there's like a certain level of like that's something you have to negotiate for, right?
So do you think Bryan Singer's film is specific to that movie because
Right, or
it's
do
supposed to
like
be cheeky in some way?
but that movie's not that cheeky, right?
Right.
It's like mysterious and moody and violent and stuff. It does make me wonder if like the X-Men movies they can't say Bryan Singer's film on X-Men and X2, right?
it also just
Like
feels,
it could be on like Apt Pupil or something.
it also just feels right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It also just feels.
I'm sorry I'm making us talk about Bryan Singer movies so much.
It also just feels really casual in a way.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bryan
I don't
Singer's
know.
film.
If somebody knows, let us know.
Yeah, please let us know. Although, really, we don't need to talk too much about Bryan Singer in particular. But that weird credit,
Yeah, that is super weird.
is just very strange. If you'd like to hear us talk more about movies, we do it a whole bunch on NCS at the Movies, but there are other miniseries that we have up there on Patreon as well. NCS Detective Club, NCS Arcade, where we play video games that we've never beaten before, and NCS Goes Broadway. Some of those are available at the 4-bit level. Some of those are available at the free level, so go over to Patreon and check it out if you're interested in hearing more from us and have a little money to spend or no money to spend. Again, things are available at the free level. Also, something you can do for free, you can get in the Discord and chat with us about Nintendo stuff or about the show or whatever's going on. Just email us, Nintendo Cartridge Society at gmail.com. We will send you an invitation. You hop right in there. It's a good, easy process, Mark. We've streamlined the process.
Oh, it's so streamlined.
Yeah.
It's like a salmon
Running.
upstream.
Yeah, that's right. So I guess they swim upstream,
Sure.
even though we call it a salmon run.
Yeah.
Also, Mark, I wrote a book. It's out in bookstores right now. You can buy it wherever you buy books. It is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Anatomy of a Mutant. It is like 200 plus pages of original art by Matteo Santoloco, and I wrote all of the text that's in it. It's all like little pieces about the various characters in the world of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all about their sort of biology. It's like a zoology book for all of these mutant animal characters, and it's out there in the world right now, Mark.
Yeah, so cool.
All right, so let's get into our main event here. Let's continue to celebrate Splatoon Month with our ranking of the best enemy armies in Nintendo games as inspired by the Salmonids. Mark, just before we dive into the list that we have assembled here that we will be ranking,
Yes.
I thought we could just take the opportunity to talk about the Salmonids. I know they will be one of the entries that we do talk about, but why they like became a sort of like point of inspiration for us here to want to talk about like enemy armies in general. Because I think the Salmonids, first introduced in the Salmon Run modes of Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3, and then like this game really like centers them in a way that they have not been centered in previous Splatoon games. It's so I can't tell what the game's perspective is on the Salmonids, because like it wants to show you like their culture and like the fact that they have all these artifacts and things, but then they're like your characters are just like wantonly pillaging from their ancient artifacts,
Right.
and like attacking their eggs, but also like maybe they're attacking the planet,
Right. They're going like berserker mode by the end.
or so we are led to believe.
Or so we are led to believe. And there's kind of a lot of that in Splatoon, right? Like we don't in Splatoon
That's
lore,
true.
I feel like we don't entirely know what to believe all the time, because the Octarians, which are another like enemy group that the Octolings come from, for the first 2 games were like enemies until we found out in Octo Expansion, right? That
Yes.
they are being like mind controlled, and so they aren't actually, or at least the Octolings aren't evil. And then in Splatoon 3, they're
Right.
playable characters.
Well, and like they are technically a playable character in Splatoon 2 once the DLC rolls out,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
Like in the Octo expansion. But yeah, it does, and I mean like so much of the Splatoon lore like places us in a far, far, far flung future where like who knows what horrible evolutionary joke has been played on these creatures. But like it seems like there are so many societies that like rose up and died off in the intervening years between now and when the Inklings and Octolings are around. And yeah, it's so mysterious and like messy, and I love how much lore they hint at without like genuinely exploring.
Right. Well, and in the Ask the Developers for Splatoon Raiders, they talked about how in early versions of the game, you were going to like these islands, these places, and it wasn't ruins of a water park. It was an active water park where Salmonids were just enjoying their
interesting.
day.
Yeah.
And then you became an invading force, and then they like turned on you. But people, they found that they had to change it because test players found that so off-putting to be like, these Salmonids are just out here enjoying their life, and then we're just running in here invading.
Yeah.
And like, of course they get mad at us.
You know, it is interesting because like in something like Super Mario 3D World or like a lot of the Mario 3D games, you will walk into a space where like Goombas are just like relaxing on like an inner tube.
They're
and
on
like,
the beach.
And you're like, I gotta stomp them. And you don't feel bad about that,
Right.
right? And the same is sort of true of like the ghosts in Luigi's Mansion. Like some of them are just like, I mean, like, should they not be haunting a haunted mansion? Like,
what else are they gonna do?
What
They're
else are they
ghosts.
gonna do? But like, yeah, there's something about these Salmonids where you're like, I don't know, and especially maybe it's because you're shooting them with guns, even if they're ink guns, where like it just feels too real,
Yeah.
and too like colonizery.
And so I think they like, they talk about it, and you can see it in the game. They had to like make them seem less like people,
Right?
so that way we feel better
a
about
classic propaganda tactic.
it. Yeah.
I would say that at the end of the day, I still really like the Salmonids. Like, I think they are a fascinating like entry in this enemy army thing. Because like, while there are boss Salmonids and what are the really big ones called the mythic Salmonids?
Oh,
That are like the boss characters in Raiders. They don't appear to me to have like a central command or like a top of their organization, but like, do you know what they like? They're like a hive mind almost.
Yeah, absolutely. And seemingly like they must have some sort of hierarchy or organization, but maybe because our point of view characters are always, like the Inklings or the Octolings or whatever, that it remains mysterious to us because they like you said, they have culture, they have artifacts, they have history, they have bands you're listening to,
right?
like,
Omega 3, yep.
The band's music while you're playing some of the levels in Splatoon Raiders.
Sorry, on the off chance that sounded like nonsense to someone, there are bands in these Splatoon games, and the name of one of the Salmonid bands is Omega 3.
Right.
Yes.
And so yes, like I feel like Nintendo does a really good job of this in a lot of areas where there's, like you said, a lot of implied narrative.
Yes.
And Splatoon is so rich with that, and I feel like the Salmonids are a really good example of it.
But there's also like because this is also true in the Octoling and Inkling or maybe not the Octoling, but definitely the Inkling population, that there are no leaders in that population either, right? Like,
you don't think so?
I mean, we've never met like the President Inkling.
I feel like that is true. We've never met them. I feel like it is, and also maybe in the Splatoon world, it's like an oligarchy or the corporations just control everything.
Yeah, sure, right.
But I do think, even though we haven't met them, it seems to me that there is a like government structure that all of this operates under.
I wonder, because it all feels so sort of like anarchic to me, right? That like it's just kids running around doing turf war all day long, and like, it's like they're like the Lost Boys, like, and they got no Peter Pan. There's not even like a charismatic leader that like charges into battle with them or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really interesting, and I don't know Splatoon lore well enough to know if this is an answered question.
Sure.
Because maybe it is. Maybe like in the diaries and stuff that you can
Well, that's the other
unlock
thing.
in any
Is
of
that
the
there's
games.
so
like,
much. There's so much of that in these games.
So maybe it is an answered question, but I agree. It definitely has a anarchic. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, feel to it.
Yeah. Of or relating to anarchy.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, the Salmonids. I guess we've got a list here, and we will just kind of go through this list of enemy armies one by one. And then
I wonder if the way to do it
yeah
is as we encounter an entry, as we go down our list, we put it at like number 1.
This is what I think. Yes.
So Salmonids is number 1 right now. And then with the next one, we'll decide better or worse than Salmonids.
That's right. And then with each successive entry, we will place it on the list, sort of as we deem appropriate.
Exactly.
Then at the end, we'll take a quick look at all of it and be like, does this make sense? Do we want to move things around? And we'll kind of talk through each of these armies as we encounter them. We've got a list of 21 armies. I feel like that's pretty good. Obviously, we're not going to be all inclusive here. There are a lot of Nintendo games with a lot of armies in them. For example, there are no Fire Emblem armies on this list. Multiple armies appear in every Fire Emblem game, and so it's almost like that could be its own ranking. Yeah. And also, the Fire Emblem catalog is so vast that, Mark, you've played one?
All the way through, yeah. 3 houses, yeah, that's right.
And also then, who are the enemies in that one,
Right.
And who are, yeah. So anyway, This we like our list, but it is by no means the.
It's not exhaustive.
It's not exhaustive.
Yeah.
Are we going to talk about the aliens from Codename Steam? No, I'm sorry, we're not.
Yeah, that just didn't make the cut.
Here's the thing: Lincoln and his heroic army is much more compelling, but we're not talking about heroes, only enemies in this. So yeah, I mean, the Salmonid army, I think obviously has to go number 1 at this point because it's the only one that we have. Shall we move on to the next, which is also a Splatoon army?
Yeah, that's right. The Octarian army, from the earlier Splatoon games, Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2.
Yeah, and how they mostly feature in the and 3, right? Are they not present in 3?
I guess Octolings are the.
I think the Octarians as well. Yeah,
okay.
in the single player mode. And technically, Octolings are like a subset of Octarians, so they were part of that army. But we're obviously so similar to the Inklings that it's just like we just have slightly different tentacle hair, right?
Right, for the Octolings. Yeah.
But the vast majority of the Octarians look like octopus tentacles.
Yeah, they're like severed octopus tentacles.
Yes, but and they have separate feet and big strange faces.
And sometimes they're in kind of like Dalek type things.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, where they're like with guns or splatter stuff at the front of it.
Yeah, I mean, and it does seem like they fight using a lot of machinery, right?
And then as you encounter them, the more tentacles that they have, the more intelligent the enemy is.
Oh, no, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And some of them fly, and some of them are like big boss weird things. And they're led by DJ Octarian. Is that his name? Yes,
that's right.
Hold on. I feel like that name isn't right. DJ Octavio, sorry.
Oh, Octavio.
Octavio, who is controlling them all with his DJ skills. And that is a fun enemy to fight in the first Splatoon game. And the music, rocks, and it's all very strange and cool. But by and large, I would say that Nintendo's backed way off on the Octarians in general being villains, because Octolings are just part of the playable characters now in this series.
Yeah, that's right.
So they've become less villains. I'm also weirded out by a character that is an octopus tentacle. Do you know what I mean? So I like these less than the Salmonids.
Yes, I agree. I think they are in second place for sure.
All right, very good. Then I will put them in second place. For now, I think they will continue to be bumped down.
Well, especially because we're about to jump to a biggie, and that is the Koopa Troops, Bowser's minions. And obviously this is going to include the Koopa Troopas, like the turtle characters, but also I think this encompasses Goombas.
Yeah.
Basically any piranha plants, like anybody that's on
That's doing Bowser's bidding.
Bowser's team.
Yeah, so we got like Bob-ombs in here.
But I don't think the Koopalings count.
Oh,
in
now
my opinion.
Now that's interesting. I think they do. I think they are like generals in Bowser's army.
Interesting. Okay.
Or admirals, possibly. They fly those airships.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they are admirals.
Maybe they're just part of the Koopa Air Force. Does that make sense? Or because they're sort of flying boats, is it the Navy?
The Air Navy.
Do
Well,
we
I
have
think
a
the
term
important
for that?
thing. I think the important thing is: do the Koopa kids count as part of Bowser's army, as part of the Koopa Troop?
I want to say yes.
Okay.
Just because I think Bowser Jr. also counts, and I think like Kamek also counts. I just I think they are like the Bowser's army has a structure to it.
Okay.
And they are just like the other functionaries.
So where does and this is not an argumentative question.
Yes,
but just a question.
but I'm ready to fight.
Where does Boom Boom fit into the structure of Bowser's army, right?
Yeah, it's a
Is
good
he just
question.
like a bruiser? Is he like in Raiders of the Lost Ark, just like the big Nazi that's out there at the airfield?
Right. Yes. I think yes. I think they are. Yeah. I don't think they have like special. They have a special role, but I don't think they have like a managerial role.
Sure. Yeah.
So like probably their rank is different, but yeah, I don't think they have like extra responsibility. They didn't go to school or anything. It's not like officers training for Boom Boom or Pom Pom.
Sure. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
But Boom Boom and Pom Pom, they have the same rank.
Yeah, for sure,
okay.
100%. Yeah.
I
mean, I think this is going to rank pretty highly.
I think so too, and especially if we're saying that the Koopa Kids are part of it.
Yeah.
Which are you okay with that, or do you want to?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I buy the argument. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a little nepotism there, of course. But
sure, but I mean, Bowser Jr. definitely is part of this army,
yes,
right?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
He actually is Bowser's son.
Yes.
In a way that the Koopa Kids are not.
Yes.
So
I think, I mean, easily number one
I think number one at this point, yeah. It's kind of hard to argue otherwise.
Now, we have another one here that's separate, which is the Shy Guys from the Yoshi games.
Yes.
Now, you could argue that Shy Guys are part of Bowser's minions, but I don't know. I don't know about that.
I think sometimes they fight alongside Bowser's minions.
It's like the Bob-ombs thing that we talked about a few episodes ago. I can't even remember what brought it up.
Right, because they have their own king.
They have their own king. So
right.
I think it's sometimes they are aligned with Bowser.
I agree with this.
But they are operating under their own rules.
Yeah, well, and like the Shy Guys, do they come from Dreamland? Is that where because that's right, they originate in Super Mario Brothers 2.
Right, but they appear to be more widespread than that because they're not in in Yoshi's Island.
Yes.
They're all over the place.
Right, and they regularly appear in the Yoshi games.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, are even playable characters in like Mario sports games and Mario Party and stuff. So I do think we have to reckon with the very weird reality that Shy Guys found a way to escape the dream world.
Right.
They originate from dreams, but they come out of it.
Or maybe they exist
like Freddy Krueger.
Well,
he comes out of the dream at some point, right?
Ninjas. So maybe ninjas are also in Super Mario Brothers too, right?
No, you're right.
That's
yes.
they're so are radishes, but so I feel like maybe
someone is just dreaming of the Shy Guys.
Maybe that is their first appearance.
That makes sense. Yeah,
but that is not in the Mario series. But that's not where they originate from. Like you said, somebody's just dreaming of.
Now this is interesting because at
Shy Guys and Ninjas.
At the end of Super Mario Brothers 2, we see Mario asleep in bed, right? And it's sort of like a thought cloud, is the character celebrating at the end of the game, as if to imply that we are inside Mario's dream.
Yes.
So is he just remembering the Shy Guys that he encountered as a baby in Yoshi's Island?
Possibly.
They've seeped into his subconscious.
It's like how sometimes you have dreams about elementary school or high school or something.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that probably makes the most sense.
Shy Guys are a repressed memory for Mario.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think they are. I think they're their own thing for
I
sure.
think they're their own thing.
And also, like, Shy Guys will frequently have like face paint on, or like have feathers on them, or
Yeah,
like
especially in the Yoshi
yes,
games. Like for Super Nintendo Month back in April of 2020, we did an entire ranking of Shy Guys, the
yes.
different Shy Guys in Yoshi's Island. So there's lots of variants just in that game alone.
Was that when we did that?
I believe so.
I feel like that was more recent, but maybe I have no concept of what was and was not 6 years ago. Shy Guys seems like they don't have any central leadership.
Yeah, seemingly.
The Shy Guys have like they take on different like weapons or equipment. I don't really think they have like different roles necessarily.
Well, I feel like, especially in Yoshi's Island, I feel like you're seeing Shy Guys from different like countries, different like areas. So I
Sure.
think within Shy Guys are like humans and they have different cultures depending
Right.
on where in the world they
Right.
are.
So this is shame on us for considering Shy Guys a monolith, right?
No, it is for sure. This is shameful. This is a shameful act.
Yeah, this is a shameful act, and in so doing, I want to rank them between Salmonids and Octarians.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think that the Salmonids, I think, are just a good. I think they're a good army. You know?
Uh-huh. But I mean, I feel like Shy Guys ask a lot of the same questions that Salmonids do. The existence of Shy Guys
Yeah,
begs a lot of the same questions as Salmonids.
it does, but I guess I'm less upset by it mostly because like. First of all, I don't really understand what's happening when Yoshi swallows an enemy and turns it into an egg.
Right.
Is Yoshi killing that thing? Or are they fine in that egg?
I think it's so cute we're not supposed to ask questions.
Yeah, I think
We're
you
not
are
supposed to
right.
really think about it.
But you know, a lot of those guys you can just like run past, and even if like they bump into you, it doesn't hurt. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I think I'm not too worried about it. Next, King Boo's army, King Boo's Boo army.
Well, just to
It's like all ghosts.
yeah,
though,
it's all
right?
ghosts.
Yeah.
But they're not called ghosts. They're called boos. That's why.
Well, the boos are called boos, but like the ghosts aren't called boos.
Well, oh, I see what you're saying. For Luigi's Mansion. We're
Yes.
talking about from
Yes,
Luigi's Mansion.
yes.
Yes.
I mean, I think we have to assume that all of those, you know, that baby ghost, that's part of.
No, you're absolutely. Well, okay.
Actually, great question.
I don't know that
Maybe
they are
not,
because
yeah.
I think this is an example of King Boo taking over a space that there are ghosts living in.
yeah.
Like that mansion. I think the ghosts were just there. Then King Boo comes in, and so there's the ghosts,
And then there are also
and then
the
there's
boos.
the boos.
Is it possible that King Boo and his army, that they are the military presence in the, you know, afterlife world, the supernatural world,
Uh-huh.
and that they are protecting the ghosts,
Hmm.
the
Is-
non-Boo ghosts?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
That like Luigi goes into a mansion, and he's like, "Oh no, Mario's been kidnapped by King Boo." But there are all these other ghosts here, and I'm just gonna bust ghosts indiscriminately. And King Boo is like, "Hey, Boos, go protect this piano playing ghost or whatever."
Yeah, that's interesting because, you know, Bowser is an invading force. He's doing it because he wants to capture
Right.
Peach. Like, he's doing it for that reason. Is King Boo doing it to protect his kind?
This is what I'm putting forth here. Why does he kidnap Mario?
Okay. I think that King Boo's primary. Let's see. I'm trying to find his motivation. King Boo motivation. What I'm being told, whether this is true or not, retribution for past defeats. He is angry that Mario and Luigi have caused significant trouble for him and his fellow Boos in previous adventures.
I mean, you know, by that logic, we only do the first time we encounter Boos, right, is Super Mario Brothers 3, and then again in Super Mario World, right?
Uh-huh.
And in World, we're only encountering them when we go into ghost houses. I think Mario and Luigi may have like stepped in a little bit of a hornet's nest here, and you know, upset ghosts that didn't.
I think it's a Salmonid thing all over
I
again,
think it's
right?
a Salmonid thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And so King Boo and his Boo army kidnapping Mario, that's just retribution. That's fair play. That's just war, right?
Right.
And then the other ghosts that get caught up in that, that's just I think King Boo's army is there to protect them.
Okay, so where do we think that puts them?
So I think better than the Shy Guys.
I think better than the Shy Guys.
What about Salmonids? Do you think better or worse than the Salmonids?
I think maybe better than the Salmonids, but
I guess the one way in which I'm like, maybe they're not as good as the Salmonids is that if we are not counting the non-Boo ghosts, that there's not a lot of just variety in the types of creatures in this army.
That's definitely true. I think maybe my love of Aristocrat King Boo from
Mario Kart
World is what's shining through here. But I think you're right. I think realistically, the Boos don't have much to offer.
Yes, I think that's right. Also,
if you look at them, they can't do anything.
They can't.
That's
they
pretty
can't
lame.
do anything.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Yeah. So maybe,
but maybe better than Shy Guys though.
Is it though? I mean, we see Shy Guys on stilts.
Yeah,
we
see Shy Guys with like little propellers.
Like there's a
They're
real
around.
personality there. I don't know. I think maybe
you're
better.
Right. We'll put them below the Shy Guys, and then if as we do our final ranking, maybe that changes. Mark, what next?
Next is the Black Sugar Gang from a few of the Wario Land games. Now, the Black Sugar Gang has a very charismatic leader in Captain Syrup.
Yes.
She is great. She's like a swashbuckling pirate. But the minions?
The minions are a little weird.
They're like sub Goombas. As in they kind of invoke like Goombas, especially Super Mario World era Goombas.
Yes.
But
or the Galoombas.
Galoombas, yes, but less personality.
Yeah,
they're like the Theets.
They are like the Theets. Oh, and we don't have Grape and the Sour Bunch on our list here.
We don't.
I think is okay.
We tip our hat.
Thank
to
you.
thee, but
thank you,
yeah,
Grape
not
and the
on
Sour
the
Bunch.
list.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that the only thing this group has going for it is Captain Syrup.
Yeah.
Who is, I mean, she rocks.
Great design. Would love to see more Captain Syrup in the future. There's a rumor that Nintendo is working on a new Wario Land game.
Hey.
And I would love for Captain Syrup to show up again.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Could she be a second playable character?
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun.
But I think the Black Sugar Gang is the worst at this point. I think below the Octarians.
Yeah, I mean, I think I unfortunately must agree with you.
So that brings us to the Kremling Krew, the Kremling Gangs, the Kremlings from Donkey Kong Country.
Right, and of course their ruler, who is either a king or a mad scientist or a pirate. King K. Rool, Captain K. Rool, and Dr. Von Rulenstein.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And did we ever come to an agreement as to whether they are all the same character or three separate characters?
I don't think we ever came to agreement.
Yes, okay.
I don't know what the truth is.
Sure.
I think that they're different people, and you think that they are the same person.
Now that's interesting, because right now I was just thinking they must be different people.
Well, unfortunately, it's one of those things that's just completely unknowable.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. I mean, and maybe, he is their Lord and Savior, so this is like a Kremling king in three parts, like Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Sure,
right?
yes, yeah, the Kremling Trinity.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It was very cool to spoilers for Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's very cool to have the reveal that King K. Rool is still out there, and a lot of the things that you have been fighting are like disguised Kremlings.
But yes,
and I gotta say, the biodiversity within the Kremling army, very cool, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got little snappery guys, you got big buff dudes, you got fatzos with army helmets, you got like regular Kremlings. Fatso is a word we could still use, right? That's okay.
Well, especially to describe those Kremlings. I mean,
what
other
else
word
would you describe them? It's all with love. Yeah. So we did talk about the Donkey Kong armies at some point, the enemy armies from Donkey Kong, in an episode not all that long ago.
Yeah, that's right.
And like the Kremlings are like an easy number one.
100%. So iconic.
So iconic.
So yeah, I would say that they maybe give Salmonids a run for their money. They might be above I think they're
I
probably
think they
above
probably
Salmonids.
are. Yeah. They also just have staying power. They're in all three of the original Donkey Kong Country games, and then back for Bonanza, and then just King K. Rool, not a character that I particularly like.
You were so mad when he was announced for
I was
Smash.
furious. But he, like I say, has staying power. He's in all of those Jungle Climber, like all of those games, and Donkey Kong 64. So yeah, I mean it's gotta give him his due, right?
Okay. Okay, I looked it up, and this is according to the Donkey Kong fan wiki.
Okay.
So take that for what it's worth. It's not sourced as far as I can tell, but Baron K. Rulenstein is the same person as King K. Rool. It is an alias and persona adopted by King K. Rool. I still do not know that I believe this, because if you're a king, why would you change your persona to be like a mad scientist? What do you gain by doing that?
And also, what's up with the Captain K. Rool?
Right.
That's like another...
I guess another alias.
Somebody
set us straight here.
Yeah, because we need to... I would be fine with the idea that they are like a succession of... That like you kill one and the next one comes
It's
forth.
like Jaws's.
It's like Jaws's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Jaws the Revenge, this time it's personal.
Yep.
Baron K. Rulenstein or whatever his name is, this time it's personal.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that's totally appropriate. So we are putting them below Bowser's minions, aka the Koopa Troop, and above the Salmonids.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Great. Now let's keep on going down through the various Donkey Kong armies. The Tiki Tak Tribe from Donkey Kong Country returns.
Hypnotize animal creatures with their music, except Donkey Kong because he's too dumb.
I love that he's too dumb to be hypnotized.
Yeah.
That's one of the just beautiful master strokes from the Donkey Kong Country games. These guys are just kind of not that compelling.
Yeah.
They're just like magic tiki masks.
Yeah, and like enchanted tiki musical instruments and stuff.
Yeah, right.
But no, I agree with you. I think they are not particularly compelling. They're not very memorable. Although Nintendo really tries, like in the Donkey Kong Land at Universal Studios theme parks, they are kind of like the featured enemies.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like...
Because they appear in one game and then gone.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a...
Mind you, they've released that game 3 times, but...
I wonder... I was going to say it's like maybe like a rights thing, because even though Nintendo... But I would assume Nintendo wholly owns those first 3 Donkey Kong Country games.
I would think so, yeah.
Doesn't have to... Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, that's what they've decided to...
Well, and like, if like that's the... Well, I guess... Yeah, I don't know. Because I was just going to say, like, Retro made the other 2 games.
Right.
When Retro is a studio wholly owned, both at the time of their creation and now by Nintendo, which is not the case.
Not true of Rare.
Of Rare.
So yeah, so why... Otherwise, I don't really understand why Nintendo has hitched their wagons to the Tiki Tak Tribe representing Donkey Kong in the theme parks.
I will also say a big problem with the Tiki Tak Tribe is there is no charismatic leader. So I think they go below the Black Sugar Gang.
Oh yeah, okay, for that reason, that's fair.
I think they are.
Well, if that's
they're
true,
dead last.
I think there is like the big bad at the end. Like they're collecting all of the bananas from Donkey Kong, so that way they can like smush them into the final boss. And I would say that's their leader. Now, charismatic,
right?
No, but they do have one. And the same is kind of true for the Snowmads, which are the enemy characters in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, but they also have a polar bear who swings a big sledgehammer.
Yeah, they do. That is undeniably true. I will say, when we did our ranking of like the Donkey Kong enemies back in like February of last year, we put Tiki Tak Tribe above the Snowmads. But that was last year.
Right. We were different people then.
And that was not ranking enemy armies. Because if we're talking about like dangerous foes, well, I don't know. enemies that can hypnotize you more or less dangerous than just like an invading force that can change your climate.
I mean, obviously the ability to sway the hearts and minds, like that's what you need to really conquer a place, right? So I think the Tiki Tac tribe would be more threatening in that regard. But also, if you're being invaded by the Tiki Tac tribe and you're just hypnotized and you're like part of their culture now.
But I would, yeah.
You don't even know that it's bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I totally get it. You're like a Manchurian candidate at that
That's
point.
right. Yes.
But but I think the problem, I guess you're not really like a Manchurian candidate, although they could use you like the Manchurian candidate.
They sure could. Yes.
Like a sleeper agent that they activate with their ticky tack like maracas. But I think but at the end, they would dispose of you. I don't think they're like trying to assimilate you.
Interesting.
I don't think they're like the Borg. I don't think they're like, now you are part of the Tiki Tac. I think they're like, oh, you gave us all the bananas that we can smash into our leader. We have no use for you anymore.
Would you be part of the Borg collective?
Well, see, that's one where it's like, well, once it happens,
yeah. Then you're just kind of happy
that it's already happened, right? I don't think I would choose to. It's kind of a pluribus situation.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't think I would necessarily choose to. But if it happens, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, what a great point. And maybe you feel no pain anymore,
right?
And do you have any perspective at all anymore? Probably not, right?
You must have a shared perspective.
That is true. And I guess like Picard like gets out of being a Borg, right?
Oh, yeah.
People recover from having been Borged.
So is it more? So it's more of a cult, I guess. So it's not irreversible, or is Picard just special? I've never seen that movie where that happens to him.
It happens on the show.
Well, I haven't seen that either.
All right. What are we talking about? The Tiki Tac tribe?
No. We're talking about the Snowmads now.
Okay, great. Yeah, but okay, so what do we like about the Snowmads? I like that there's a big fish. I like that. I just like that there are a bunch of different like cold
you have
weather
like
animals.
penguin. Yes. And it seems like within the Snowmads, where there are lots of different types of things.
Yes.
Right? It's not like they are just like, no, you have to be a Tiki Tac.
You just have to be an enchanted object.
Right. It's like, no, you can be as long as you're cold,
yes,
and you're on board with our goals, you can be part of this crew.
And you're interested in wearing like vaguely Viking gear. Right? Like some of them have the helmets with the horns, which I know Vikings didn't actually wear.
Right.
But they also have like those big wooden shields and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they sail the ocean on like crazy longboats.
Yeah, and like I said, they completely change an area's climate to make themselves more at home.
Cool.
Yes, literally. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this because the Tiki Tac tribe with their ability to hypnotize things, that's scary.
That's scary, and it's sort of unique in that regard.
Yeah,
right?
So maybe it does go below. Maybe the Snowmads do go below the Tiki Tac tribe. But they are a little more charismatic, so do they... I guess it depends on what we value in our invading forces.
Right. I mean, I'm tempted to put the Snowmads above the Tiki Tac tribe.
But below the Black Sugar Gang?
Maybe even above the Black Sugar Gang.
That feels right to me, but below the Octarians.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I feel good about that.
I'll agree with that.
Okay.
So then next up on the list will be, and this is our one Pokemon representation here. So we are just going with Team Rocket. Is Team Rocket an army?
Well, they definitely have, they're definitely an organization.
Yeah.
And they have agents that are like sent out. So they definitely have like a hierarchy. But this is where my like lack of complete Pokemon knowledge really falls down. It's like, have we met this leader? Are they charismatic? Do we like them? Because I know Team Rocket, other than showing up in Pokemon games that I've played, I know them most as Jesse James and Meowth from the original run of the anime.
Can you say the name of that Pokemon again?
Meowth?
Yeah. So let's talk about it. Is it Meowth or just Meowth?
Well, now that you're saying it,
yeah.
Probably just Meowth. Unless maybe in like Elizabethan times it was Meowth.
Yeah, that's probably in Elizabethan times there was a sophisticated little Pokemon who they called Meowth.
Or maybe and they would say Meowth
Yes.
instead of Meow.
Right, he was a proper
Or
gentleman.
Meow. What did you say?
Meowth.
Meowth. Sure. Yeah,
I like that. I'm doing like 2 syllables.
Yeah.
Meowth. Right. So Team Rocket.
No, I think that's 1 syllable. If you clap it out.
Meowth.
Meowth.
No, that was 2. You just did 2.
I know. But if you're doing Meowth, I think it's just 1.
Is meow? Meow is clearly 2 syllables, though, right? The sound a cat makes
is
meow.
I don't. Meow. No, you're probably right. I trust you. I trust you over me on this.
But
I trust you
meow.
over me.
If you're saying that it rhymes with wow,
Uh-huh.
then that's clearly 1 syllable.
Okay.
Do we think meow and wow rhyme?
Yes.
I think it's a soft rhyme at best. I was going to say that Team Rocket also plays a role in Pokemon Pokopia.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So there is a lighthouse thing near the first area that you are like improving in Pokemon Pokopia, and it asks for certain things to be brought to it, right? Like there is a recording, and as you play the game, I'm not going to reveal too much about what this thing is, but you know the whole like thing with Pokopia is that the human beings are missing from the world, right? So too are the Pokemon, but the Pokemon are coming back. And so you are helping to like make the world comfortable so that the Pokemon will appear in their chosen habitats, and then you make them happy. And all the while, you're doing so because your Professor Tangrowth friend misses his humans and is like, humans will come back if we make it nice enough for them. So you help him, you feed this delusion that the humans are going to come back. And one of the like mysterious things is this lighthouse. And it is a setup by Team Rocket to gather resources so they can withstand whatever thing is driving the people away. And so like you have this ongoing, fetch quest with like a recording left behind by Team Rocket. And at the moment when you realize that they didn't get all of this stuff to get out in time, it's like you're having a conversation with a ghost, right? That you're fulfilling requests for a team that no longer exists. Pokemon Pokopia, just an absolutely beautiful game.
I mean, and also spoilers for Metro Prime 4, but that's really similar to what's going on there.
Yeah, that is very God. What is Nintendo up to right now?
I know.
Is Nintendo reckoning with the fact that we're at the end of the world? I think they might be. But so for that reason, and just like, you know, Team Rocket, they've left an indelible mark on the world of video games and Pokemon. They've got to be some of the more recognizable video game villains out there.
Yes, I would say is like an army. They don't really, they're not like goose stepping their way through cities or anything like that.
Probably not, but what does it mean to be an army in the world of Pokemon?
Right, yeah, totally.
Right? Like their weapons are Pokemon.
Yeah.
Do you think Pokemon ever fought in wars?
Yes, probably. I just want you to know that in a brilliant bit of SEO manipulation, Psychology Today reports that the word meow has 2 syllables.
Okay.
It is, in fact, me-ow.
Okay.
But I just want you to know that the article that this comes from is what I learned from my cat, a meow is not always a meow. But because they are SEO, they are brilliant at SEO, the first sentence of the article is the word meow has 2 syllables. Right. And that has then become the first search result when you look it up.
That's good work. So what did you say? Psychology Today?
Psychology Today.
Good work, Psychology Today. Mark, where do you want to rank Team Rocket?
I want to put them. I
think they go pretty high.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say around Salmonid's Shy Guys.
I think
somewhere around that.
I think they're probably better than the Salmonids.
I think so too. They're just so iconic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think 3rd place right now. That's a good place for Team Rocket.
Okay, great. Next up, we've got Ganon's Army.
Another eclectic bunch.
Totally. And in many of the games are like functioning without their leader. They're just like, look, we've got to do the whatever we got to do to bring this guy back from
Oh
the
yeah,
dead.
let's kill Link because
Let's
we
kill
need his
Link.
blood
I-
to
if
bring
his-
back our
If
leader.
his blood spills, then our leader comes
Yeah,
back.
so worth it.
I think I value the commitment to the cause.
Yes, totally. Oh my gosh, can you imagine the zealotry to be like, oh, like our leader's dead. Well, our one goal now is do whatever we can to bring it back. We're still bad.
We're still bad. We just love being bad.
We just love being bad.
Like the Koopa kids. And also, you've got like moblins and Lizalfos and bokoblins and strange skeleton creatures.
Yeah.
Uh,
all united in a
all
single
uni-
like
Stalfos, I think.
yes, Stalfos in a
got there.
single terrible cause.
The Like or like. How do you think that's pronounced?
Oh, you don't want to ask me. We know this is going nowhere.
Is it
good.
2 syllables or 4? No, but I mean anyone that can command what are essentially people, right? With like moblins or whatever.
Yeah.
And also a sentient stack of pancakes that likes to eat shields. I think that's an exciting army.
Well, and this is not even counting like when like during the imprisoning war and stuff, the Gerudo are following him as well.
Totally.
So whether he's dead, alive, a calamity, what have you,
Yes.
Ganon is really commanding the floor.
And I gotta say, they don't seem at all worried when he's revealed to be like a giant pig monster.
No,
either.
doesn't phase them. Although if you're a Moblin, you're probably just like looking in the mirror.
You're like
this
hell
is-
yeah, brother.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're into
Big
it.
power.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is one of the all-time great Nintendo armies. I think the Ganon army maybe number 1 at this point.
Yeah, yeah. I think you're right.
All right. Also, I gotta say, Ganon / Ganondorf as a man, as a demon, as a calamity, always cool, always scary.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we've got another Zelda army here. We've got the Yiga clan.
Yeah. So this is interesting because it's a like a splinter group from the Sheikah.
Yes.
Like militant guerrilla fighters.
I think of them as Sheikah fundamentalists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have like hidden themselves out first in the desert and then in the depths.
Because they're like when in the world of Zelda and like Hyrule, when the king told the Sheikah to bury your technology, like it's too dangerous, we have to get rid of it. The Yiga clan was like, no way.
Yeah, that's right. And they were like, we're going to keep all of this stuff, and we're going to train to be fearsome warriors. Some of them are fearsome warriors.
Well, that's the thing, because they're like leader, like Master Koga.
yes.
It's all kind of played for laughs. Like, yes, you do encounter them in the world of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and it's not that they are a joke. Like, they can do damage to you. You have to like fight them and all
Right.
that kind of stuff.
Well,
But-
there's like the big guy ones, right? They have like the very long, because sometimes they'll be disguised as a normal traveler and then start attacking you.
yeah, they're very like ninja coded.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And so some of them are just like regular, like that they disappear and like they're slashing at you with like a sickle kind of thing. But then there are the big guys, right? They stand tall, they move slowly.
Yeah.
They've got an enormous Sephiroth sword, and they're like going at it. And then yeah, Master Koga, sort of on top of that, as like a buffoon who is still like a mighty warrior.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But I don't entirely remember, I guess, what their motivation is. Do they just want to be left alone? Or are you...
Yeah, is this another Luigi invading their haunted house space?
Oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
We go. So no, they are aligned with Calamity Ganon. So
okay.
the Yiga are tasked by Koga, this is in Breath of the Wild, to hunt down the Hero Knight and kill him to prove their worth to Calamity Ganon.
Oh, okay. So they go just like straight up mercenary.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I like that. I think I'm ready to rank them.
Yes. Where do you want to put them?
I think they got to go below Team Rocket, maybe even below the Salmonids.
I think below Shy Guys. but maybe above King Boo's Boo army.
Okay, all right, yeah, that kind of mercenary thing there. Brings him down a little bit. Where I'm like, oh, you're just working for Ganon.
Right.
Like on the off chance that he's going to be like, look, I'm a calamity and all, but you guys are fine.
Right. Yeah.
All right, next up, the Space Pirates from Metroid.
Okay.
Can I tell you what I love about the Space Pirates?
Yeah.
Seems like it's a whole army of just these like green kind of bug alien guys, but their leaders are Kraid and Ridley. Like a giant Godzilla and then like a flying around pterodactyl. Like, cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
How did this happen? What's
Yes.
going on?
And like I guess Mother Brain is then at like the heart of it. She is the command of all of this. And I love in Super Metroid when like she has a body and like fights you, but like how scary is it at the end of the original Metroid when you encounter Mother Brain and it is literally just a brain, a giant brain
Yeah.
in a jar that you shoot missiles at.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
So I feel like the Space Pirate minions are not particularly memorable. They're not bad,
Yeah, sure.
but
Just these praying mantis guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the Mother Brain,
Mm-hmm.
Kraid, like I feel like
Ridley, yeah.
Ridley, like I feel like all of those are Nintendo big hitters. There's always going to be a Kraid. Kraid is always showing up in like Metroid games.
That's true. And there's always like a new twist on him. Ridley too, right? Like,
yeah, totally.
I mean, maybe that character is like canonically dead at the moment, but
Yeah,
he can
I
always
believe that is true.
he can always come back with different robot parts.
Right, yeah, exactly. Or his brain has been transferred into like a small child
Ooh.
pterodactyl.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Maybe the new Mother Brain should be Ridley's brain.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Father Brain.
Father brain.
Not to project a gender onto Ridley, but I think he, right?
I don't think this is true. But I think that the space pirates,
Yeah.
they remind me of Zorak from Space Ghost /
Yeah.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yes.
When I think of space pirates, that's what I think of, like praying mantis.
Yes.
But I don't think that's true. I don't think that's
No,
what
but they
space
do-
pirates look like.
They
Is
no,
that-
they've got kind of buggy eyes.
Okay.
And their arms do have that like praying mantis thing.
Okay.
Now, are they sitting like inside of a circular keyboard and like riffing with Brack? No,
Well, they could be.
they could.
I
be.
mean, military bands exist.
That's true.
Or also maybe Zoltar is one who, like escaped.
Yeah, maybe so. That's true. And this is another one where it's like, is it a Navy or is it an Air Force?
Right.
Because they're in
yes.
space.
But I assume that they have compulsory draft, and maybe Zorak was like, this is not for me.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. You don't think he like served his time and then like retired, and in retirement he like ran into Space Ghost?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he was
And was like, hey, let's interview Joel McHale together.
yeah,
Okay.
no, that could be true.
Where do you think the Space Pirates go? I like the Space Pirates. I gotta say, as an army, I don't know that I totally buy it as an army.
I do think like middle of the list though.
I agree with you. I just like if they were an army, I think they would be a better match for the Federation. And I don't think they are. I think they are like a thorn in the Federation side.
Yeah.
But like the Federation is not waging constant all-out war with the Space Pirates.
No, I think that's right. I want to put them around Salmonids, around Shy Guys, maybe above Yiga Clan.
Let's put them just above the Yiga clan. I think that makes sense. And below the Shy Guys. All right, next up is King DDD's army.
All right, I like this bunch. You have like the gumdrop looking people, the
Uh-huh.
little witches that are sweeping things up.
Yeah. You've got Chef Kawasaki's part of this.
You have Chef Kawasaki.
You've got that little girl who paints for
Uh-huh.
some reason as part of this army. You got Waddle Dees.
Yes. I like Waddle Dees because unlike Goomba, well, no, I guess we do like in Paper Mario, you have good Goombas. Yeah, like because like Waddle Dees could also sometimes be your companions in games.
Here's my problem with Waddle Dees.
Oh, yeah,
and
lay it
Waddle
down.
Dee that can be your companion. The existence of Bandana Waddle Dee makes me mad. Give that guy a name.
Yeah.
Is this a special Waddle Dee, or can any Waddle Dee No one cared who I was before I put on the bandana.
Well, that does seem a little bit to be like Waddle Dee culture, because there's lots of like, especially in the Forgotten Land.
That's true. There's a Waddle Dee town.
You're lousy with Waddle Dees. They
That's
have
true.
like bands, they have movie theaters, like they have like a whole thing going on.
Yeah, but they seem to be Kirby's friend.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. So we're talking about enemy armies.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I'm just saying, does this like border on being Kirby's friend army?
Yeah, I think that is
Or
the
is just
problem.
the world
is that
of Kirby
nothing,
so gentle?
I think it's that the world of Kirby is so gentle that outside of the next entry that we're going to talk about, and even these turn out to be Kirby's friends.
Right.
So yeah, I think
you
it's just
really
like,
have to get to like the Eldritch horrors at the end of a Kirby game to encounter anything truly villainous.
right, and those are usually not part of like King Dedede's army.
Right. Yeah. It's just like some object out in space, some cosmic horror out in space.
Yeah, like Miyamoto likes to talk about the Mario characters as it's like, yeah, they're like enemies, but really they're friends. It's almost like they're like play acting, you know what I
Right,
mean?
yes.
And I feel like the same is true for Kirby and King Dedede and all that kind of stuff. Like it all just feels like at the end of the day they're all going to be friends.
Yeah, and like one of the things that I like to say about like that relationship in the Mario characters and like continuity within Mario in general is that they're like the Looney Tunes, right?
Yeah.
And I think if they're like the Looney Tunes, then the Kirby and like his characters are like the Mickey and friends, right? There's even less friction there.
Yeah, it's like Bluto exists, but
like all he kind of does is like make Goofy a little bit uncomfortable, or that they're raising sons next to
Bruno.
each.
Bluto is the guy from Popeye, right? Bruno is the Disney character?
I'm thinking
or
of-
is Bruno the guy from...
I'm thinking of Pete.
We're both thinking of Pete. We are both thinking of Pete.
All right, where do you want to put King Dedede's army?
Well, they're cute, and that is a selling point for me.
Yeah, sometimes
for sure.
that can really count.
I want to put them above Space Pirates. I want to put them above Shy. I kind of want to put them below Team Rocket and above Salmonids.
I like the Salmonids more than I like these guys. I if I had my druthers, I would put them below King Boo's army.
Whoa.
They're-
That's too much for me personally.
Right, yes. Which is why like I saw you like placing them and being like, no, maybe above this, and then like you went one step too far. I think the Salmonids are better than King Dedede's army.
Okay, well, I want to put them above Space Pirates.
Okay.
Is that something we can agree on?
Yeah, I mean yes. So we're talking either above or below Shy Guys.
Yeah, I don't
guess-
like them as much as Shy Guys.
Okay, then let's put them below the Shy
Yeah.
Guys.
Okay. So above Space Pirates, but below Shy Guys.
Yes.
Fair enough.
All right. And next, you were sort of teasing these before.
Yeah, I just want to talk about the Meta Knights. I feel like they're
Yes.
their own sort of thing. And of course, led by Meta Knight, who again, sometimes
titular
foe,
Meta Knight,
sometimes
yes.
friend,
Mhm.
but has other knights below him: Axe Knight, Javelin Knight, Mace Knight, Trident Knight.
And these are not the same as Shovel Knight, Spectre Knight, King Knight,
Yeah, that's right.
Plague Knight.
And so I feel like,
I'll be honest, I was not aware that these guys existed before you added them to our list of enemy armies. And I've played a lot of Kirby games, but if they are present in these games, they are never really apparent to me as a cohesive army. They may all be like knights of the same order, but I just don't think of them as an army necessarily.
So according to the
Are you on Wick Kirby?
On the Kirby wiki, no. So I'm on a different one.
Okay, well I'll read from Wick Kirby. You read from the Kirby.
They
wiki.
have been in Kirby's Adventure and Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland, Kirby Superstar,
Kirby
and-
Pinball Land, Kirby Mass Attack, Kirby Triple Deluxe, Planet Robobot, Battle Royale, Dream Buffet, and in Smash Brothers.
Yes. So seemingly they've been around a lot.
This is what I'm saying though, is that I've played a lot of these games and I don't know these guys.
Yeah, I think when I'm looking at them, I'm like, you look familiar. Like the axe, like the skull that's holding an axe. Like I definitely recognize these characters from Superstar.
Sure.
But I agree with you that I don't know that I necessarily would have thought they were all working together.
Right.
So
All under the banner of Meta Knight. Right.
Yeah, so I think they rank pretty low. Maybe definitely below King Boo's army.
I think maybe even below the Snowmads, but above the Black Sugar Gang.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
All right, I will put them there.
Okay, next is the Bulborbs / Grub Dog family from Pikmin.
Yeah. So another one that I am maybe going to question whether we should consider them an army at all. They're wild animals.
And you are just in their space. So they're
Yes.
just doing what they do.
They're just doing what they do. And, they are obviously a hindrance to you. But, Pikmin is a survival game, right? You crash landed on a planet that's probably Earth, and you have to survive the elements. They are part of the elements. And, yeah, they are, kind of violent and stupid and scary. But are they an army? Is a pack of wolves an army?
No, I don't think so. I think you're right. I think this doesn't count.
So we're going to just remove the Bulborbs and the Grub Dog family from Pikmin. Or from the list.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just don't think they can be on our list of enemy armies.
All right, then we are losing one of our armies here. All right, next up, the Underworld army / Medusa's army from Kid Icarus / Kid Icarus Uprising.
So love some eggplant people.
Yeah, they're wizards. Please show them their honorific there. They're eggplant
Like that song
wizards.
from Tommy.
Yep. Just they sure play a mean eggplant. And hey, they throw eggplants around that turn you into an eggplant.
I mean, that's a pretty strong power.
It's a pretty strong power. They command Metroids.
Also scary.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I don't think of these people as particularly memorable or interesting. I don't think it's a particularly notable part of the Kid Icarus franchise.
The Kid Icarus, this army, the Underworld army, is so kind of grab bag. There's a Grim Reaper as part of the army. There are flying eyeballs. There are just weird frogs. One of the things that I actually like about Kid Icarus is that it is so insane with its mythology that it's I remember thinking this when I was first reading Harry Potter, and one of the things that I thought was really dumb about the series was that it's just taking the most generic fantasy stuff and being and there's a school, I felt like there was very little invention in that series. This is more inventive than that, but it is less cohesive, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so varied. There are things that are Groucho Marx glasses.
Yeah.
But with almost its mustache is more tentacly.
Yeah, I always read those as nostril hairs.
Oh,
that were coming
yeah.
to get you.
But those are right up against just eyeballs that are flying around that almost look like sperm.
Right. And then also you will fight a Hydra and Cerberus, so there are classical monsters, but also, you'll go into a room where a bunch of squares fly at you.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and gargoyle type thing. Yeah, it's just it's too varied. It doesn't feel cohesive.
Though I gotta say, the leaders, at first Medusa and then later in Uprising, Hades, charismatic, interesting leaders.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
So where would you like to place the Underworld army / Medusa's army?
To me, it feels like it should go around the Black Sugar Gang, just because it's a similar thing where, although I definitely think that in its eclecticism,
yes,
that the Underworld army is definitely more interesting than the Black Sugar Gang. So I would put it maybe above the Snowmads.
Yeah,
the Octarians.
Maybe even above the Octarians. I think King Boo's army is better, but most of the Octarians are just tentacles with legs.
No, it's true.
Okay, great. Although they are led by a DJ. Well, we're gonna leave it there for now. Okay.
That's right. I guess they have that in the Tiki Tak tribe, and the Octarians have that in common.
Yeah.
Musical
That's
instruments,
music-based,
hypnotism,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. Okay, the Subspace Army from Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
Yes, so this is the story mode in Smash Brothers Brawl, the Subspace Emissary, a mode that I would say people continue to clamor for now.
Right, which is
Do you
interesting.
think that could be the Switch 2 version of Smash Ultimate? Is just it adds Subspace Emissary?
It has like Subspace Emissary 2.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, and check me if I'm wrong, that Subspace Emissary is kind of held up as the good form of those single player campaigns, and that
Yes.
World of Light in Ultimate did not, for whatever reason, scratch that same itch for people.
I think that is largely true. However, there are some World of Light sickos out there that have like done it all and like
Sure,
are
yeah,
really compelled by it. And like I played a lot of World of Light. Like I did play a ton of that. Mind you, I beat Subspace Emissary. So
Now, Subspace Emissary is like there are new character things. They're like new minion characters that are introduced as part of like the Subspace Army.
yes.
And there's a leader in Taboo,
yes.
but there's also like, isn't it like Ganondorf and Bowser and stuff are kind of like mind controlled by him or whatever Master Hand like used
Yeah,
by him.
Isn't like everyone sort of mind controlled by him? Like you have to defeat the subspaced versions of a lot of these characters to like rescue them, right? So yeah. I mean, I think it has a lot in common with the Tiki Tac tribe in that like a lot of its strength comes from its ability to take over the good people.
And then it also has Primids.
Although I do think that the Subspace Army was able to take over Donkey Kong. So that's one thing they have over the Tiki Tac tribe.
They can even hypnotize dumb people.
Yes.
Or dumb Kongs. Okay, but there are Primids, and these are like the new characters that were created for this. And they kind of look like a mix between black mages like Vivi from Final Fantasy, and then also a little bit like Jawas from Star Wars, and that they have like blank space where their face are and two glowing eyes, and then they're wearing like green onesies and have little like pill hats on.
Yes. I mean, there's also that like Rob the Robot is like one of these guys for a long time, right?
Yeah, there's like a whole squad of Robs, I think. So I don't really like, this is a tough one because it is in a lot of ways just like, well, like you said, so many characters are taken over by it. But I don't know that I would really count those as, like, to me, it's just like the Primids and then Taboo, and then everybody else is just under his spell.
Right, but we have to take the ability to enthrall good characters. We have to take it into consideration.
That's right, because they are acting in the capacity of like part of the army.
Right. I do think this should probably rank pretty low. Because like for as much as people love Subspace Emissary, I don't think the army
really
is
niche.
It's really quite niche. So I don't know, maybe below the Snowmads but above the Meta Knights.
I mean, I think it might be. I almost would just put it at the end. Like I might put it below the Tiki Tac tribe.
Okay,
although I guess we can't because
because they are able to hypnotize Donkey Kong.
Yeah, they're able to. But like as far as like memorable characters go,
yeah, it's kind of zip.
Yeah.
Right. Let's put them last.
Yeah.
Because the subspace the fight that they put up is perhaps more impactful than the army itself.
So next we have Andross's army from Star Fox.
Right, which is a lot of monkeys.
A lot of monkeys, not exclusively monkeys.
Do we count? They're hired, but do we count Star Wolf as part of Andross's army?
Yeah, would we count Star Fox as part of the Federation? I guess if you're working for them, yes. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think because we're not going to count Star Fox as a separate or Star Wolf as a separate army,
right.
So yeah, they are under the greater umbrella. They have a direct report within Andross's organization.
Yeah, I think so. But if the Federation were to offer Star Wolf more money, do you think they would change sides? Or do you think there is part of them that's like, we like being evil.
That's interesting. They just like being mean because we see Pigma turn on Star Fox
Mm-hmm.
because he's being offered more money from Andros.
Right.
I wonder if there's something that we don't wholly understand about what Andros is offering and why he wants to take over the Lilat system. Because, like, he is believed to have died on Venom, right? Like, that's sort of the implication. He was an evil super scientist who was sentenced to live out the rest of his days on the poison planet of Venom. But he survives somehow as a giant disembodied brain inside a robot head or something. So, has he unlocked possibly like the secret to eternal life?
Oh, sure. So is Pigma like an Anakin Skywalker situation where
That's right.
he's worried
Have
about
you
his wife
ever
dying?
heard? Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, because there's something happening there that
No, you're right.
the Star Fox games refuse to explore because they won't go beyond the Lilat Wars. But yeah, there's a reason why he was able to command, and it's a huge army, right? Like they have bases in various moons and planets near Venom, and all of this like military technology. They've got this weapons base on Macbeth, and they're doing all this stuff. Like they are in the process of taking over a whole solar system. When Star Fox finally gets involved. So it's an impressive army.
Yeah, it is.
With not a lot of like interesting characters within it, I would say, outside of Star Wolf.
Right. I feel like below Space Pirates, above Yiga Clan?
Yeah, I honestly, I think that that's a perfect place for them. So below Space Pirates, above the Yiga Clan. Yeah, that's great. Good pitch, Mark. I like that. Next up, we are, of course, we wouldn't be us if we weren't talking about Star Tropics and Zoda's army. So, of course, Zoda is the evil warlord from outer space in the Star Tropics games. What's that you say? I didn't realize there were aliens in Star Tropics. I thought that was a game about exploring tropical islands. It is. But also it's a story of Zoda who has destroyed the planet Argonia, and the Argonauts are on the run from him, and he's trying to hunt down, destroy Princess Micah and her surviving, guard.
It's what puts the star in Star Tropics.
It's what puts the star in Star Tropics. Now, we know that happens, and then we also know that Zoda gets his revenge in the second game, traveling through time to, like, fight Cleopatra or whatever.
I have no concept of what his army is.
His army is just like weird alien guys and robots. So Star Tropics remains one of the most frustrating games to try and like dig into the lore because it's just not that well documented anywhere.
Sure, yeah.
So I have to reach into my memories of these games, which grow creakier every year. But yeah, I mean, he's just like an evil dude who like is a shadowy figure, and has a helmet with horns on it and wears a cape. So I don't know. I end up ranking this pretty low, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. If Nintendo, if it was a franchise that like went on for longer, eventually, just like they have with other series, Nintendo would have had to add some color to all of it,
right?
But they didn't, and it was the NES era, and so
that's
I think it'll forever be maybe below the Subspace Army.
I think you're probably right. It's as much as I would like Star Tropics to be above Smash Brothers somewhere. That's just not the case here. All right, and then finally we are to our final army here. We are going to the world of Super Mario RPG to get the Smithy Gang. Smithy, of course, is a strange weapons sentience that gets sent down into the Mushroom Kingdom, crashes through Bowser's castle in the form of a giant sword. But it turns out that Smithy and the Smithy Gang are these like weapon spirits from outer space that when they go to planets, they occupy sentient weapons and attack and invade using those sentient weapons. So like you end up fighting a guy who is a bow and arrow. You fight a guy who is a jackknife. Smithy himself, when you fight like the real thing and not the sword sort of avatar that first comes down, has like a hammer and he like bashes his head.
He's
into
like a
different
squat
shapes.
little king type thing,
He's
right?
a squat little king like thing. Yes, that's true. But he can turn his head into like a tank or like a wizard or like a weird radiation blast shield. Smithy Gang, I think, is cool.
I think so too. They have this really like early 90s computer graphic like aesthetic to them.
Yes.
That I think is really interesting.
I mean, part of that is just like that's what they are.
That's what they
are. Yes.
But I just mean like
where they came from. Yes.
It's like the bow and arrow guy. It's just crazy looking. It's like green and his body is red and yellow striped. Has long like red hair, like a tuft of red hair.
Yes.
I've been watching a lot of Futurama recently, and for whatever reason, like Spiritovich reminds me of like a character that would show up in Futurama. Even his posture is a little bit like that stabby robot from Futurama.
Roberto,
yeah.
No, that is definitely true. They're also the Axum Rangers are part of the Smithy Gang. The Axum Rangers are like a Power Rangers knockoff within this game. I like these guys a lot. I think they're very cool.
Yeah, I mean they look like enemies. They look like the why can I not remember Octo Rocks from Zelda, where
Sure.
Like they have the big like Octo Rock mouth tube.
They
thingy.
do. They've got like a sniffet mouth.
Yes.
Yeah. I will also say that their involvement in the events of Super Mario RPG is why Geno or Geno, this star spirit, embodies like an action figure and fights with Mario. Like he comes from the same eternal conflict out there in space. So they're part of something bigger and cool. But obviously we've only seen these guys in one video game.
Yeah.
And like, should we maybe be talking about like Cacaletta and, some like bean bad guys from like the Mario and Luigi games? Possibly. But I like these guys.
Yeah. I think that they probably go around Meta Knights and Black Sugar Gang, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking just under the Underworld Army, so that would put them above the Octarians and the Snowmads and the Meta Knights. But if you think they shouldn't be quite that high, I'm willing to negotiate.
I don't know. I feel like, well, okay.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to how we want to, like what. I know that we're at literally the last one, and I'm about to say how we want to, what we want to consider for these rankings.
I don't think this is the first time you've done this, but go on.
But the Octarians, are from Splatoon, which is an ongoing, extremely popular series.
I see what you're saying.
So are we talking about cultural impact?
I think we have to talk about all of it.
Or are we considering,
game just got a remake a couple years ago.
Or are we considering in the world of the game itself, like maybe this is a tiebreaker, in the world of the game,
right?
Who is a better invading force, who is more formidable, who has like it's like, okay, who has a big cultural impact outside the fiction of the game, and who
within the world, because the Smithy Gang beats Bowser and his army, or at least for a little bit until Bowser teams up with Mario, right? So like,
and they definitely have a whole like hierarchy and like world that they come from with factories that are smithing themselves or something.
Maybe they fought the Borg before.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't, and we'll never know, frankly. So yes, I think they are perhaps a more effective invading force than Bowser's minions, but you're right, they are not as culturally relevant as that.
And that's the only thing that I'm bumping up against with the Octarians is like, well, the Octarians are in Splatoon.
Sure.
And so should they, just by virtue of that, be above the Smithy Gang, but the Smithy Gang would be above the Snowmads?
Okay, I like that. That's a good compromise. All right, so that is all 20 armies placed. Not the 21st army, which was the Pikmin.
Yes,
those are
the
wild
Bulborbs.
animals. They don't count. All right, Mark, are you ready to count these up from 20 to 1?
Let's do it.
At number 20, Zoda's army from Star Tropics.
Number 19, Subspace Army from Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Number 18, the Tiki Tak tribe from Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Number 17, the Black Sugar Gang from Wario Land.
Number 16, Meta Knights from Kirby.
Number 15, the Snowmads from Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Number 14, the Smithy Gang from Super Mario RPG.
Number 13, the Octarians from Splatoon.
Number 12, Underworld Army / Medusa's Army from Kid Icarus.
Number 11, King Boo's Army from Luigi's Mansion.
Number 10, the Yiga Clan from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Number 9, Andross's Army from Star Fox.
Number 8, Space Pirates from Metroid.
Number 7, King DDD's Army from Kirby.
Number 6, the Shy Guys from Yoshi.
Number 5, the Salmonids from the Splatoon series.
Number 4, Team Rocket from Pokemon.
Number 3, the Kremling Krew from Donkey Kong Country.
Number 2, the Koopa Troop / Bowser's Minions from the Mario series.
And finally, at number 1, Ganon's Army from The Legend of Zelda.
I think the top 3 there are pretty undeniable, especially when you just consider like what makes up the identity of Nintendo and like the armies that are always busting down your door when you're playing a Nintendo game. Ganon, Bowser, King K. Rool, like
Yeah, that's a pretty good.
those are
pretty
the big
good top
three.
3.
All right, Mark, let's close this out. All right, that is going to do it for. Oh, you know what? I did want to mention. You put in our notes. Is there something from Ring Fit Adventure? And I think all of those enemies are like they're like wild animals.
Yes, I think I
And
think they're
Drago
wild.
is his own thing.
Yeah, but I think it's like it's almost like an Earthbound type thing. I think they're wild animals
Oh.
that Drago has, like somehow they've been turned evil, and then if Drago's defeated, they would turn back.
Sure.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm pretty sure Drago is involved somehow.
I mean, I know that he's working out,
Yeah,
and he wants
undeniably.
to prove that he's better at working out than you,
Yes.
and he is. I mean, I've not committed to a singlet like that.
But I think they are wild animals or things in the world that are brainwashed somehow,
Sure.
and by defeating
So just like we don't have Gigis's army here
Right.
from Earthbound, yeah, that makes sense to me. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society. If we missed any big armies, let us know. Get in the Discord or email us, Nintendo Cartridge Society at gmail.com, and we'll talk about it. Thank you so much to our 16-bit patrons, Connor McCabe, Kyle Seaborn, Drew Mackey, and Anthony Lobridge Ellis. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Anthony DeLuca made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8-Bit Betty. You can get more of his music by going to 8bitbetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Eller saying thank you for listening.